Hello and welcome to Four Sides TV. It's well known that history repeats itself. There's an oft-quoted statement or phrase, we can call it, with respect to Julius Caesar. He came, he saw, he conquered. And the same thing happened in our own times. A young gentleman from Hyderabad mustered enough courage and confidence to present the image of India, our country, before the international arena and landed at Mahasarkham, Thailand. And the history repeated again. He came, he saw, and he conquered. And that's Mr. Global, Mr. Jason Dylan Bretfelean. And really, Four Sides TV is committed to the glorification of spirit in all its multiple facets. And in this way, today we are very glad to have Mr. Jason in our studios for an exclusive talk with us, and we welcome him.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. We are really glad, and Four Sides TV offers a world of congratulations.
Thank you
for
so
winning
much.
This coveted title.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm truly grateful for the support that I've received throughout this journey, and
Sure.
looking forward to an interesting, deep conversation with you.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. We are really honored to have you in our studios.
Pleasure is mine.
And to begin with, we wish to hear from you those ecstatic moments
Absolutely.
when you were on the podium tied with a contender from Hong Kong.
Yeah,
And you
Oliver
were,
Chung.
it was 1-1. And what was running through your mind at the time?
See, I think the build-up to that final last two contestants who were on stage. See, we've been through about 12 days of,
Okay.
training and grooming and, going out and doing promotional tours, and everyone is, that whole
Yes.
hype is building for the final. And, when I was there in the top two with Oliver Chung from Hong Kong, a close friend of mine, in that moment, I think the only thing that was going through my head was I was, very grateful, firstly,
Yes.
to be in that
Yes.
top two position out
Definitely.
of 36 contestants.
Yes, sir.
And I was just very grateful for the journey that I've gone through. So many things I've learned about myself as a person, and so many experiences that I've experienced in that competition and the build up to that competition. So I think for me back then, it was kind of like, win or lose.
Yes.
What matters is I'm going home with 36 different friends.
Yes.
I'm going home with experiences that I've built for a lifetime.
Yes.
And moreover than that, being top two in a pageant competition like that is not a joke.
Yes, sir.
So for me, it was win or lose. I'm still a winner.
Yes.
But as soon as they announced India as the winner, I was just too many emotions were going through my head. And first thing I was like, I've made my family proud.
Yes.
The country is finally on the map for
Yes.
being the first India is the first country to
Yes.
win a global
Yes, sir.
pageant.
Yes, sir.
So it was a very big, honor for me to be the first Indian to have won global.
Sure.
And I was just so grateful. At the end of it, I was just very grateful for the experience.
That's really very nice, sir. In fact, you have made the entire country proud by winning this crown for the very first time, first Indian to achieve this. So really feeling so happy. And in this context, how would you rate the competition as such, sir? How was it spread over? What were the many things which were involved in that?
Right. So I think, like every other general pageant, the few parameters and factors that they look for is, yes, of course, good looks
Yes.
is one of
Yes.
the thing. I wouldn't say it's the main thing at all. You have your physique,
Yes.
you have your general knowledge,
Yes, sir.
your communication skills, the way you present yourself as an individual, your knowledge on current affairs.
Yes.
So I think the way I would describe a pageant is they're looking for an individual who has an overall personality.
Complete personality.
Complete personality. So a lot of people mistake it for just being,
just only for outward looks.
only for outward look, but it's way more than that, because once you win, you have to represent so many people, not
Yes.
just your country, but
Yes.
also, the world in a sense.
Definitely, sir.
So I think on these certain parameters, that's what they look for and judge, And at the end, of course, it's the question answer round.
Definitely.
So that is the final judging
So,
factor.
How was that, sir? How was that round? And what were the tricky questions that were shot at you?
See, they're all very simple questions. If you think
Okay.
about it and zoom out, they're very
Okay.
simple questions. It's just that nervousness on stage is what kind of blocks your mind a little bit.
Yes, that will completely.
Yeah. So they asked me a question about mental health.
Okay.
Which, of course, it was easy for me because I could relate to it. Because in this time and age, I feel a lot of, people our age struggle with, mental health issues. And it's something that I've experienced, which is why it was easy for me to answer it so effortlessly or smoothly, you could say, or whatever. But I think the key for me to answering before I got on stage was I needed to understand the importance of being calm,
Yes.
of listening to the question properly, and kind of like we obviously were briefed with some kind of questions they might ask you in there. So I was just like, see, whatever, you have a certain time limit to
Yes.
answer.
Oh.
You break it down into, you give your opening statement and then you give 3 points to support that, and then you give your closing statement. So that structure,
Okay, that really helped you.
yeah, that helped me answer the question a little better. And of course, Rita ma'am, who was my groomer, she did help me work on how to answer these questions. So it did help a lot.
So nice for you recollecting your mentor.
I know, yeah.
Yes.
It was very nice to work with ma'am. She's a great person and a groomer. It was a privilege. She's worked with a lot of
Yes.
winners from international pageants and a lot of people. So it was great to learn from her. I've definitely learned more about communication and presentation after my classes with ma'am.
Sure, sir. And I heard, Mr. Jason, that you are a team man. So can you describe who and all are the part of your team and how really they contributed to this great victory?
Yeah, I mean, see, our team right now, of course, Pankaj sir is leading the team right now, you could say. So he's